What's up, or what's up? Today is August 4th, 2024. Greetings, greetings. What's happening? My name is Ken Billions. If you didn't know, you're at the right place at the right time. Welcome to Heaven on Earth. What's good with you? If you can see me, press one. And if you can hear me, go ahead and press two. If you can see me, press one. And if you can hear me, press two. Wherever you are, I hope you're being appreciated and never tolerated. I hope you're somewhere being seen. I hope you're amongst people that are like minded. I hope you are somewhere that you want to be. This is a place where you come in ordinary and you leave extraordinary. This is heaven on earth, the number one home for personal development. This is ministry for the abstract mind. And it's a safe space for everybody out there that has an out the box philosophy. Welcome. Welcome. Again, if you can see me, press one. And if you can hear me, press two. Over here at Heaven on Earth, it's very, very, very simple. We don't believe that you have to die in order to go to heaven. You can get it right now. All you have to do is be real, reflective, enlightened, accountable, but most importantly, limitless. And every episode, every conversation, every build we have, say the same thing. And I always have a promise, and that promise is personal development is for everybody. Don't worry about the election cycle or who's the president. Doesn't matter because personal development is still for everybody. Doesn't matter how much bread you got right now. It doesn't matter where you are in your life. Doesn't matter your sexual orientation. It doesn't matter how tall you are. Doesn't matter your hair texture. It doesn't matter your ethnicity. My promise to you is personal development for everybody. And you can get heaven now anywhere that matters in your life. You could get heaven in your finances. You could get heaven in your health. You could get heaven in your relationships. You could get heaven as a parent. You could get heaven at school. If you only have $5 and you drive in a bucket and you live in the hood and you hearing gunshots go off, guess what? You could get heaven now, right? All you have to do is be real, reflective, enlightened, accountable, but most importantly, limitless. There is a problem with relationships and how they are, right? We make some real errors and we make some real flaws, or we have some flaws going into it. I know, right? So, this conversation that we're going to have is near and dear to my heart. And I hope that whoever is listening, I get to land the plane, right, the right way, and you can take it and you can run. So, the problem in relationships is the promises that we make in the moment, that moment, right? That feeling that you feel when you look at this guy and you're like, damn, I'm gonna be with him for the rest of my life, right? And the sex is bomb, his beard is great. He meets all your categories, the 666 and all that. And then as a woman, you mistakenly say, I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life. You mistakenly say in the moment, right? He hitting it and he says, whose pussy is this? And you say, it's yours, right? Those are pledges. Those are promises, right? These are pledges and promises of loyalty that what we are right now is always going to be like this. Or if you a dude, man, and you minding your business and then you see the flyest woman you ever seen in your life and she giving you a lot of play and y'all get to know each other and you get to see her behind the scenes and she gets to show you a part of herself that she has never showed any man. And you like, damn, I'll die for this girl. And it gets more intense when you do extreme behaviors with each other. And people don't understand that sex can be a traumatizing experience. Trauma is not necessarily uh, the things bad that happen to you, it's just the things that shock you. So when we're in these intense relationships, we make these commitments, we make these promises, we make these pledges, and then you include the extreme behavior, right? And what happens is we become a prisoner to those moments and those promises you feel like you owe people, because after all, I looked at this woman and said, I'm gonna always be here for you. I'm gonna always love you. I'm gonna always ride it out. She looked at this man and said, no other woman ever loved you like me. This pussy is yours, daddy. Right? Gotta be careful with that. Because when we talk like that, you also become a prisoner to your words of who you said that you're going to be forever. But how do you know? You said this at 21 and 25 and 30 years old. How do you know that you're always going to love this man that exact way? How do you know, bro, that you will die for her 10 years from now? How do you know? But you become a prisoner to that, right? And now guess what? Now you can't leave. So now this the most handsome man that you ever seen in your life, what happens when he becomes ugly to you, right? What happens when that man that you said this is your pussy, daddy? What happens when it ain't his no more? Right? What happens when that woman that this man is saying he would give his life for and he would hold down and he would provide and protect for her? What happens when he doesn't want to do that anymore? Because every day we are always changing, right? If you fast on a cellular level, you're different, right? Certain things happen. You are a different man, you're a different woman. If you lose your mother or your father, you're different, right? If you lose a child, you are different. You're different after a promotion. You are different if you change environments. We make these promises and we say these things in moments where certain conditions are a specific way. What happens when the condition changes? But you said those words to that woman and you said those words to that man. Sis, you told him that this pussy was his. You said it in his ear when he was slow stroking. So when he goes crazy because you don't want to be that no more, bro, she didn't have any family, right? You caught her in a transition when a lot of things were changing in her life, and you said you was always going to be that guy. But now you talking that it ain't you, it's me, right? Now you want to explore. Your money is up, right? When you met her, you didn't have no money like that. But now your money is up and now you want to see what the world has to offer you. Our conversation today is no spinning the block. How to empower yourself and finally let go. No spinning the block. How to empower yourself and finally let go. Now, what is spinning the block? How I see spinning the block is I put you somewhere and I'm going to come right back around and I'm going to pick you up where I left you. It's men that do that and it's women that do that. When you get the hey big head text, it's usually somebody spinning the block, right? If you post a picture on social media and you got people from the past that is following you and you look fly on that last picture and they all of a sudden your notifications is going off, it's people spinning the block. It's people that haven't called you in a minute. It's people that have been following you and y'all haven't talked in a while. It's ex-lovers from the past. It's ex-boyfriends. It's ex-girlfriends. And people spin the block to check your temperature. I know because I've done it before. You know, you just want to see, is she going like she used to? Some women spin the block on men just out the blue, right? You ain't heard from Shorty. You might not even have her number in this phone. And for whatever reason, y'all not talking, right? You get a ping, you know, a little iPhone sound, right? You get a ping. And then out the blue, she sends a picture, right? This has happened to me. And there's no text thread of y'all, so y'all ain't talking a minute. She'll caption it, be like thinking of you or something, hope you're well. Like she sends it like it's a Hallmark card, right? And you be like, damn. And then as a dude, you make the mistake of responding to her. You be like, damn, or ooh, flashbacks, or yo, whenever you're in town, you say something, right? And you notice your ass get ghosted after that, right? Because sometimes women do things a little differently than men. Sometimes you responding that she looks nice was her orgasm, right? She could be on a break beef with her and her dude, and she needed that attention spike, and she knows that is somebody on deck. That's for sure. That's gonna respond to that picture. And I've been that guy. I've been the dude that women can spin the block on. Hmm. I've been the dude when the woman need an energy boost. There's a dude, his name is Big Sexy, right? And like when the woman is walking down the street, he behind her and he's jumping and he's a cheerleader. Like I've been that way symbolically for a lot of women. That if worse come to worse, you know for sure, hit that nigga Ken's line, and he gonna give you all the attention that you need. He gonna tell you that you fly, right? And you know for sure we ain't talking a minute. And you know for sure that you can hit my line. And I'm gonna be like, oh shit, right? See, because I'm operating on a program though, and we'll get into that in a sec. But there's a reason why women have been able to spin the block on me. There's a reason why I have been a huge cheerleader, and even if you have ghosted me, or even if you left me hanging in the past, you know I'm still on deck. There is a reason why. And let me share with you. Let me kind of share with you my origin story. This is my origin story. When I was a kid, I seen a movie called The Goonies, right? And this movie had such a effect on me because in my mind, I'm like, oh, I want to be that right there, right? I want to go on adventures with people. I want to have that kind of connections with the people that I meet. And I was the perfect person. I was the perfect candidate for this because of my background. I didn't have the best family structure growing up, and growing up in poverty. You know what? I seen that people was neglected and abandoned. I seen that people didn't have mothers and fathers. I seen that people's parents and their elders were on drugs. So I made it my business and my commitment to be that person that you can plug in at any time because I seen the Goonies, right? So this is my origin story. This movie helped create a program in my mind about relationships, right? And I never understood boundaries and how they worked because of my origin story. So I took the concept of the Goonies in every relationship, uh, into my platonic relationships and even into my intimate relationships. That no matter what, I'm the man for the job. No matter what, I'm always on deck. If it's a woman, I don't care if you. I Some people have heard me share this before that I had kind of positioned myself in a woman's life that even if you get a dude, you can still fuck with me because that don't count. It doesn't count as cheating because, oh, that's just Ken. I'm the homie, right? And I'm a safe space. If it's my partners, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you need, I'm the type of dude that would aid and embed a fugitive. I'm the type of dude that be the getaway driver, right? So I was the type of guy to be stupid for these relationships that I believed in because I believed that we needed to upgrade how we interact with each other. I still believe that, but it's just a little different now. And I believe that the highest form of relationship was friendship, even between men and women. Marriage wasn't the highest representation of love. Friendship was, because friendship was about your well being, right? And I took that shit very, very, very serious, right? So I was operating on this program, right? So how does a program work, right? What is a program? What does it do? See, I'm operating on a program, and my program is unlike societal norms. The program that I have downloaded in my mind, it supersedes tradition and culture, right? Most likely, if you know me personally, I am unlike a lot of people that you talk to, especially how I approach gender norms and gender dynamics and relationships, right? I don't believe a woman is less than a man. I don't have it in my mind, God, but the goddess is lower. I don't have it in my mind that I own a woman's body. I think men and women have the same sexuality. I never got caught up on body count. So when you talk like that and you look like this, my phone used to be popping, right? Because it was for women from a certain background, it was like, damn, ain't no niggas like this. But I'm operating on a program, right? What is a program? A program is a set of instructions a computer follows in order to perform a task, right? So I am operating on a set of instructions that I created in my mind. And I made sure those instructions were counterculture. I made sure those instructions were counter to tradition. I made sure those instructions were counter to the narrative that if nothing else, when you rock with me, it's going to be an experience unlike everything else in our conversation. You know, how I treat you, how I look at you, there's no boundaries. I don't even understand those boundaries because even as a kid, before the Goonies became my program, there was no boundaries in the household, and there was no value placed inside of me of do not be for everybody, right? And then, you know, when I start reading and I'm looking at the Black Panthers and I'm like, oh shit, I'm about my comrades. You can't, and nobody gets left behind, right? So I downloaded something in me that would make me fall head first into this thing of ours. So I'm giving you my origin story because if people are spinning the block on you, it's because there's a program in your mind that allows that shit. There's a program in your mind where you think that you have to be the person. Uh, there's something in your mind that if this woman wants attention, you think you're the guy that has to give it to her. There's something in your mind, sis, that you think you're the woman, you're the exception to the rule, right? That a guy, he needs this safe space. And if he doesn't get it from you, then he's never going to have it. So you allow him to spin the block on you, right? And when does he spin the block? It's usually sexual. Keep it a buck. He don't spin the block on you when he has business popping, right? He don't spin the block on you when it's time to break bread. He don't spin the block on you when it's time to do real shit. He spin the block on you when it's time for him to turn his brain off, right? And especially if you are a woman that is like, or he's a celebrity or he's important, in your mind, you're like, yo, I'd rather him show me this than him show someone else it and it get him in trouble, right? There's a guy version of that does that for the woman too, right? She ain't spinning the block to break down no bread with him or no opportunities with him. She's spinning the block when she sends the pictures, and he always answers, right? And even and the conversation might get hot and steamy, and then next thing you know, she ghosts him again. When we gonna get together? Yo, when I'm gonna see you, right? Yo, what's good? And then she goes cold. And then she taps back in when she wants that energy because she knows that dude is always on deck for her because of the program that he has in his mind. So me, I believe that every relationship was supposed to be forever. And when you come from neglect or abandonment and you come from poverty, you end up collecting a lot of people and you try to take them with you in the future, and you develop a complex of guilt if you leave anybody, right? I'm a person that was very difficult for me to break up with somebody. It's very difficult for me to dead somebody. It was very difficult for me to block a number, even when somebody ain't fucking with me like that. Right? I'm trying to impose myself on somebody that is showing me they don't fuck with me. Right? But I can't leave them. Right? And some weird twisted thing in the mind of, you know what? I can handle your highs and I can handle your lows. So when you're not fucking with me, don't worry. I'm gonna still be on deck for you though, because of the program. Even though a person is showing you off top, whatever program you have, they don't have that. And then with this program, you make the mistake of projecting, right? And then it's like coercion. You are trying to download that same program in your mind into their mind. So in your mind, you're like, this is forever. And you want them desperately to feel the same way about you, but they don't. And that's nothing wrong with that. They don't have to. You want to download this program into their mind so they're available how you're available. You want to download a program in their mind that they'll be stupid for the relationship like you'll be stupid for the relationship. You want them to risk the same things that you will risk for, right? And that's wrong, because then when they fall short, and they will, you're going to think that um, the word I use is civilian. I'll be like, man, I keep fucking with these civilians, right? I keep fucking with these civilians. But the true way to operate in any relationship, I don't care if that's your baby daddy, your baby mom, your wife, your husband, is the ebb and flow of life. Everybody just coming and going. You see, like a gas station, everybody just walking in, walking out, walking in, walking out, walking in, walking out, right? And I had a habit of making these imaginary movies that the people that were walking, right, was supposed to stay, right? Because I needed to be important. So I believe that every relationship was supposed to be forever, right? No matter what, no leaving, life partner gang, right? Because I'm looking in the future. I'm like, yo, these relationships we have, it's gonna be important later. I remember I was dealing with somebody before. I used to seed into them, you know what I'm saying? And we used to get very, very intense. And I remember she had told me one time, she said, I pledge allegiance to you, right? We were intimate. And she said, in the moment, remember back to the words, and I'm a person where I hear certain shit and I take it very serious. She said, I pledge allegiance to you. And in my mind, that meant forever. So when she would go on and get boyfriends, I still had it in my mind like, so, right? You said what you said. Why are you not talking to me now? What happened? And then I remember she said, we months had passed and it was a little curve game going on. And I remember she said straight up, I don't need you anymore. And what it did to my brain was, it was like devastating, right? Because I'm like, but you said you pledge allegiance, right? So was she wrong for saying that? Mm-mm, mm-mm. It She picked herself, like I said people should, right? You should pick yourself even if I can't go. I just didn't think it would happen to me. I thought you would pick yourself and dismiss everybody else, but I thought I was the exception to the rule when it came to my own message. And then hindsight 2020, when I was caught up in her pledging allegiance, I thought it looked a certain type of way. But she did pledge allegiance because I've never heard of anything about me anywhere. She ain't tell my business. She ain't cross me. The only thing she did was keep it moving. So she did pledge allegiance, but I thought it looked a certain way, right? I've never had an issue with her. If I see her in the street, I'm sure it's all love. She just wanted to go and live her life because our relationship was intense, and the things that she was younger, the things that I was showing her and teaching her, there was no way that she can become that with me in her life. That was impossible, right? But I'm under a certain program, right? The program I'm under is, it has to look like this, it has to be like this, and I didn't understand boundaries. I didn't even know what that looks like. I thought she was supposed to be available to me, right? Like I would be available to her in the way that I understand it, right? I'll tell you one of my Ken pleasures real quick. So one of my pleasures, right? One of my guilty pleasures is I like going to hotels because I like the shower heads. Like I'm a like a shower person, right? Hotels that got fire ass showers. I'm like addicted to that. I would travel all around the world just to hop in the shower somewhere. Right? I'm so in love and I'm so addicted to shower optics, right? Showers that have some marble on the wall, the shower heads that's got like 14 karat gold shit, when you staying in the, when you balling, right? The showers where the window is in the bathroom and you can see over the city. I love the showers. And when I go to these places, I turn the water on and the water's on for hours and hours. I use they water up. Now, why do I use the water up? Because I'm more concerned with the optics more than I am with the water. See, I always have access to water, right? But I don't always have access to the optics. What am I saying? Right? Because this is a lesson that I taught myself. The optics are more important than the water. Why? Because I always have access to the water. The water is always available. So that's why when I'm running the shower, I leave the water on. See, if I thought the water was valuable, then I wouldn't run it so much, right? So when I get to the hotel or I get to the new Airbnb and I take a picture of the bathroom, that's not my shit, right? So I'm valuing it. I'm taking a picture of it, but when it comes to the water, I'm letting it run all day, right? Because I thought that my value was being available, but my availability made me less valuable. The more access I gave, the more I became regular. What if your relationship is the way it is? If you're not getting the results you like, or you think you should get in a relationship, what if it is based on your availability? What if it's based on the fact that you're always available? Now think about the water in your crib. Think about your shower. How long do you run it before you get in? You right, you hop on the phone, you be checking your email, you got something on the stove. A lot of people before you hop in the shower, your water has been running for 10 minutes, right? If water was scarce, would you run it that long? I doubt it. If you were scarce, right? Do you think that you would get treated the way you treat in your relationships if you were scarce? If you were rare, if people knew that they could not get to you like that, how do you think they would handle you? So if you're a woman, it's a dude that be on your line and you always pick up. He know he hit that line 4 in the morning. Boop, you gonna be there, right? He know anytime he wanna fuck, you down. He know anytime you wanna turn up, you down, right? How does he look at you? And if you don't know the answer, all you have to do is look at the version that you get of him. Is that the best version of him that you get? Right? If you're a dude, when the woman sends you the picture and she's looking for that attention, right? What would happen if you don't tap the heart button? What would happen if you don't say anything? What do you think she'll do? Right? Now, this is a chick that you hear from sporadically, but she know you're going to respond, right? I guarantee you, when that picture comes through or that little slick remark that she says, I guarantee you, if you don't answer, then those little texts are going to turn into phone calls. Now she going to be like, hey, I just was thinking about you, right? And now, if you don't give her that attention, she's going to ask you, yeah, so when you're free, you know, let's get together. It's been a minute. But that shit is not happening, bro, as long as you're always available. You're always available for attention. And it's usually the time when the person she wants attention from is not giving it to her. But you are always on deck. I was the guy, but still am. I always had access to things, right? I always had access to plugs, right? 2017, 2018, I was popping on the internet, where I was doing certain things, having certain conversations other people wasn't having. I was moving around, right? And I gave access, I let people get access to my things, right? With no, they didn't have to do what I do to get it. Now, what when documents are classified, right? The value is not the Kennedy assassination. The value is not Area 51. That's not the value. The value is everybody can't read it. The value is you know something that other people don't know. That's the value, right? So when you have access to things or knowledge, right? And you let people get access to your knowledge and your things, you become regular. Oh man, let me tell you something, man. People regulared me to death, right? Before I was popping, once I gave people access to my shit, I became so regular to them. Once I gave access to people to my knowledge of how to do things, it's people that I help build platforms. They got more numbers than me now. It looks like I'm the hater now. Right? But I'm the one that said, do it like this, do it like this, do it like this, do it like this, because I was doing other shit. So hindsight 2020, it looks like I'm the hater. It looks like I'm jealous. It looks like, right? Right? But I didn't get nothing in return sharing the information, right? I thought that's what I was supposed to do because of the program. Remember the program I'm talking about is Goonies. Oh man, you in my love circle. What's mine is yours, right? What's mine is yours. You can have the shit that I grinded for. You can have the shit that I took mistakes, that I made mistakes to learn. You can have the shit that I got from the turf. I'm gonna give it to you, and you don't got to do nothing. You can skip the line for the free, right? And when you do that, they're gonna get more popping than you because they didn't have to go through what you had to go through. And then it's gonna look like you're the little homie. The more access to my things I gave, the regular I became. The more I showed up, the more I disappeared. Listen to this. Listen to this. Let me take this down. Because I want you to conceptually see this, right? I want you to have like a vision of this, right? Vision this, right? The more you show up, the more you disappear, right? So visualize that. Visualize yourself showing up and then becoming invisible. And you can plug that into a lot of different places, right? The more that you show up, the more you become invisible. I was operating based on my program. Now, my program had rules to it, right? Rule number one of my program: no leaving. That's a mistake. Everybody has a right to go. Everybody has a right not to pick you, right? Nobody has to stay, right? Be careful of the shit you say out your mouth with people about, I'm going to always be down. How do you know? How do you know? If your mama passed right now, you do not know who you going to be. Your granny or your daddy passed right now, right? You don't know who you going to be, right? The most the loyalty that you will ever grant is to your babies, but human beings, we all change. We all change. How do you know? How you're making a verbal commitment in the moment based on the way things are. How do you know? Something I had to learn. See, I had it in my head that no matter what, I'ma always be Ken. I'ma always be who you need me to be. First of all, that's not fair to myself because now that means I'm going through real life and I am loyal to this program in my head of who they need me to show up as, right? And life goes on. So I'm not able to grow. That's one. Two, to do that to somebody else is robbing them of their hero's journey, right? I'm taking their choice away. I'm saying that even if you lose a parent, even if you go through health issues, even if you go through a spiritual awakening, even if you have a moment where this is just your downtime, I'm saying that I need you to be who you said you was going to be. to me. That's impossible. Well, but we still do it, right? And that's the spinning the block. When you're spinning the block on somebody and you're like, hey, big head, and I missed you, and it's been a long time, you think that they are the same person as they were when you last talked to them. That is some arrogance out of this world. But a lot of times when people think they got you like that, they got you like that. So even though you haven't spoken a long time, you about to hit them with the flashback, or you about to say some slick ass shit, right? And you know they're gonna bite, right? But why are they biting? Are they biting because they are genuinely, really, really attracted to you? They genuinely love you. Are they doing that, or are they operating on a program? Are they operating on a program where, damn, I don't really like him like that anymore, but I don't want to be a fake ass bitch? For a woman, there's times where if we went into a woman's body count, right, and we looked at the people on the list that she slept with based on because we've been chilling all day, or you spent some money today, or you my homie and I don't want to tell you no. How many, how many bodies are bodies that's not really based on attraction? It's based on the fact that because you my, I we went out to eat. You did spend money on me. I guess I'm a. You know how many bodies is a piece of pussy? I'm gonna give you a piece of pussy. D. I'm a bet that the majority of a woman's body count is piece of pussy body counts. Well, I'm gonna give you a little peek. You don't even like this nigga, right? Some of them bodies is you don't feel safe. So you don't want to tell nobody no, and you didn't drive your own car, and you're with him or you out of town. So boom, let you drink up some Long Island so you can turn your brain off. You don't even like this nigga. So other bodies is he wined and dined, but you ain't feeling him like that. Other bodies is sympathy bodies. How many of them bodies is straight up you are genuinely attracted to him? Just you gave a nigga a piece in Texas. You gave a nigga a piece when that time at the Essence Festival. Since you just passing out pieces of pussy, little pieces. But you do that every time somebody spin the block on you too, right? If you from the hood, if you a chick from the hood, one of the things that you hold on to in your mind is always be a real ass bitch. That's something that you hold on to. Like I ain't fake, I ain't fake, I ain't fake, right? And being a real bitch, you give up boundaries. Being a real bitch is gonna have you with no boundaries. Because one dude hit you with the hey big head, you'll right? You think you got to answer because maybe he came through in a clutch for you years ago, right? You don't want to be fake. So he has access, right? Dudes do it too. For dudes, it's a little different though. Yup. Dudes is a little different. Women have a better concept of value in their mind. Dudes have all these numbers. We have all these numbers on our phone. First of all, many of us have never even told a woman no, right? Then we have such a scarcity mindset. You have to like the chick that immediately likes you, right? A dude get in a new relationship and don't get rid of none of the numbers. Why? You don't think that you can pull this off again. You think you have to keep every chick that you ever met. because in your mind, you have been taught scarcity, right? The reason why women can curve dudes, tell dudes no, because women have seen that dudes are easy. Why can a woman be like, I'm a wait to have kids and get married? Men ain't going nowhere because men are easy, right? A dude don't operate with that kind of mindset, right? So this is why women can block your ass. This is why she can leave you unread, right? Because dick is easy for a woman to get. Okay. What dude has that mindset when it comes to women? Like, man, shit, man, I ain't tripping off her, right? How many dudes get a new relationship and erase all the girls out his phone? Never. Never. Right? You need breaking cakes for the emergency. Right? Do you know why? Because as a guy, you have a program in your head that women are of value, right? A man is his money. You got to have a car, right? Women automatically think they're valuable. It's a mindset, right? I know women. Women don't need money. They don't need a car. They don't need nothing. What does a woman say? I am the table. And what does a guy say? You right, you right, you right, right? So if she is the table, then what are you? Right? And then what do you teach your son? Right? You teach your son that everything outside of him is the value and he's disposable. Right? Use his body up for whatever. Take penitentiary chances. Go fight rich men's wars. Right? So then a woman exchanges numbers with you and you think she's doing you a favor. The average guy thinks a woman is sleeping with him and she's doing him a favor. So that piece of pussy that she rationed, that nigga like for that little piece. And the way she rationed, she cutting that shit up. This is a quarter of the shit the last time, nigga. I'm not even gonna take my panties off. I'm gonna take one leg out and you getting that. And the nigga just like this is everything. That's how a guy thinks about himself. I know that happened to me, right? I'm not that valuable because I don't got that car right there. You know what kind of psyche that is, right? Because you don't got a car like that, right? Because you ain't rich. You think you don't got no value? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't buy people a whole bunch of shit. You think that's your value being used, right? What can you do for other people? You think that's you're a man, right? A man is supposed to protect and provide. That's doing for other. What do you do for yourself? What the average man's self-care routine is pussy. That's the self-care. That is the self-care routine for a man. What is a woman's self-care routine? Spa, facial, colonics, nails done, all just like experiencing like life, massages, like a full body, like just a girl's trip and guy's trip look totally different. They kind of paint it like girls just be going somewhere to be hoeing. Man, girls be look at them in Jamaica. They're getting full scale massages. They're on rafts with dudes singing Peter Tosh and shit. Getting massages. One love. Let's get together and feel alright. What is a guy's trip? Hookers. And that's for all your money. That's for all your labor. Let's go to DR. And you can see it, nigga posted, yeah, man, she likes me. You know, the wifey experience. Self-care for women and self-care for men look way different. Why? Because the guy don't think he's valuable. So this is how so for men that sign up for monogamy, the reason why it's hard for them to keep that commitment is because the average guy don't think he's valuable. So if a woman is trying to get with him, even if he's married, the reason why he takes it is because he don't think he's valuable. He ain't used to that shit. The reason why it's a little easier for a woman, he used to that shit. Guys are easy. So you kind of built up an immune system to be like, no, nigga, no, 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 no. The average girl walking down New York can create an album, like a catcalling album, right? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Like just going down the street. No, 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 no. Ain't no nigga turning that down, right? There's girls that get off on telling men no, right? Especially if he got money, right? There's a girl, the average girl got blue checks in her DM. No, or leaving you unread. What dude? Ain't no dude telling SZA no if she hit that inbox. Ain't no dude telling Kerry Washington no. Like, but if he thinks he's value, right? He don't give a fuck. I ain't tripping off you, right? If he thought he was valuable, he wouldn't tell a woman that you're the only person I'm sleeping with. Do you know why men lie? Men lie because he don't think that he can have life his way. Meanwhile, when you're looking, the difference between men and women is interesting. Like when Kevin Samuels will have women on his show, the only thing you're looking at is mindset, and men be like, "She's delusional. She's delusional. She's delusional." But delusion gets you far. Whether it happens or not, delusion gets you far. Men are not delusional, right? So when you're living in America, America runs on delusion. What is credit? Explain credit. It's not even real. Our society was set up by masters and occultists and witches and warlocks. You have financial sorcery, medical sorcery. You have all type of magic going on here, right? And the broker you are, the more realistic you are. The richer you are, the more delusional you are. How can this woman with 4 children think she can get that man? You focused on the wrong thing. Focus on the mindset. It's the same mindset that had white people thinking manifest destiny. I'm going to take that land because ain't nobody here. But there's people here. I don't see you though. I don't see you though. I have a right to that land. That's delusion. That's how delusion works. Right? When we're at our lowest, oftentimes we're being realistic, right? We're forgetting that we live in a world based on magic, right? Where things move because of words and thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So the average dude, he focuses on his limitations. Oh, I'm short. Oh, I don't have this. That's realistic, right? Women say all women are beautiful until they get in the argument. Then she a fat bitch. But initially, women be like, all women are beautiful. All women. That's what they think, right? And women be like, but she's a woman though. She's a woman though. So you see there's a mindset difference in the women and in the men. The women think they can have everything. And then the men be like, no, you can't. No, you can't. You're delusional. These women are delusional. Elon Musk is delusional. Elon Musk has made it so rockets go up like this. See, when we're used to rockets going straight and hitting a target, right? Elon Musk has made it so rockets come up like this and land in the same spot. You got to be delusion for that. Delusion and imagination are cousins. To look at the world and see shit that's not there, right? It's about mindset. For a group of people to say, we are God's chosen, right? This is mindset, right? This is religion. So that means these people think that above cattle, whales, spiders, everything in nature, we are the chosen, right? That mindset gets you very far. When people spin the block on you, that's because the your mindset is off. I know because my mindset was off when I let people spin the block with me, right? I'm traveling out the country. I'm letting people spin the block on me that don't even travel. I'm letting people spin the block on me that don't even dine at where I dine at. I'm letting people spin the block on me, and it seems like we're on the same level, right? I'm doing big shit in life, and people can spin the block on me, and I take my conversation right where they are. Why? Right? Because that mindset is about boundaries too, right? Women in mass are going celibate. Let me tell you something. You don't do shit like that if men are scarce. If there's not an abundance of men, then you don't do that. You know at any time, boop, if you want to break that, you can. And it's on deck. Look, just see what I'm saying? No dude thinks this. A dude is not going celibate because in his mind, he don't think that he has abundance of women. But no matter the status, no matter how much money she got, no matter her weight, no matter her hair texture, every woman in her mind knows that if she wanted to get laid, she can. If she wanted to get a dude, she can because it's easy. That's an abundance mindset, whether people know it or not. That's a mindset of abundance, of I'm celibate now, or I ain't marrying no men, or I ain't having no kids. And any day, if a woman is a lesbian, she knows if she turns straight right now, right? Why is it so easy for women to get a man? Why is it so easy? Because the dudes don't have abundance mindset. That's why. So if you're in a relationship with a guy, you're a woman, and he ain't Floyd Mayweather or something. But even them, even men in those positions still show that damn, he doesn't have an abundance mindset. But if you're a woman with a man and you catch him looking at another chick, it's deeper than him just his testosterone. It's the mindset, yo. It's a mindset. He don't know what it's like the way you know what it's like to turn men down, right? And it's not that he can't turn women down. He won't turn women down because he don't think that can happen again, right? Because he believes that he has to have all this stuff. He don't believe he's good enough. Whereas a chick working at the Waffle House In her mind, she's on the same level as LeBron. That's abundance mindset. She's on the same level as a dude checking 20, 30, 40 million dollars. She don't need nothing. That's what she believes. Whether it doesn't matter if it's true or not. But the guy, man, I ain't gonna go over there and talk to her. Man, she probably don't like guys like me, right? Because guys have let the world convince, we have let people convince us, all right, get 2 cars, get 2 houses, get all this, get okay, now you that dude. It's mindset. It's mindset, right? Right? And as a guy, when you begin to go into abundance mindset, you begin to do the same shit that women do. The way women clear out their phone, you'll clear out yours. The way women put men on the block list, you'll start putting women on the block list. The way women are not even paying attention to men, you'll start doing the same thing to women. You'll operate your abundance mindset and you won't let a woman spin the block on you. So my program rules was no leaving. Another one of my rules was secret for secret. So in my shindigs, in my relationships, I like to trade secrets. Because I believe that you don't know a person until you know them on a shadow level. You know what I'm saying? Secret for a secret. So you don't know them until you know them on the shadow level. It's kind of like a Masonic lodge. So before part of your initiation into the lodges, they have to hear things about you. They have to see you in another way, right? And because of the male and female production dynamics, guys and girls are with each other, but you don't really know who that dude is, and you don't really know who she is, right? When y'all see each other, y'all act in accordance with this production. Now that's different than the program. This is just a societal production. A woman shows up, right? A dude shows up, yeah, I got a beard, I'm masculine. That's a production. But when she leaves, his production changes, and he'll be like, "Yo, where the hoes at? Where the like where the hoes at?" A dude is way different around his dudes than he in it with his chick. Why? Because in his mind, he believes he can't tell her the truth and still have her. In her mind, she don't believe she can tell him the truth and still have him. So she has to make the dude believe that the way she's having sex with him is because of him, right? And he has to make her think that he's monogamous. You see the little song and dance, right? Right. Both of them are sitting next to each other and they don't know each other. Now, this is not the program. This is just societal production that men and women do with each other. She has to make him think that all of this intimacy she's doing with him is because of him, not knowing that this is what she do. See, he can't handle the fact that she does this, period. It has nothing to do with him. He needs to believe that he is getting a gift from her. That's why he will go work 50, 60 hours, 70 hours. He needs to trick himself into thinking that that's a gift, right? The woman needs to believe that when he's going out, his eyes are just for her, right? This is a production. that both sides are doing. And when when each gender finds out the truth about each other, everyone is shocked. Oh my god, everyone is shocked, right? The song and dance is this omitting of information. You know what I mean? Because if you knew the real her, would you still grind like that and then give her all of your shit? Would you still do that? And if you knew the real him, would you still be the woman you are? Right? How I tried to approach relationship is like fuck all that shit. Right? So show me the shadow. Secret for a secret. The mistake in that though is it still people are subject to change. And when you are having them kind of relationships, it's kind of the same way as people doing crime with each other, right? You're doing crime with each other. Those kind of relationships bring people very, very, very close, right? But the mistake that you make though in sharing a secret is you may value the secret more than the person. So you think because you shared these secrets, because I showed you my shadow, you showed me yours, therefore we're gonna be together forever, right? No, not exactly. Not exactly. Because you're running on a program. They're not. Or their program is a little different than yours to where now what if you find out that that person tells everybody the secrets? Then it don't mean nothing, right? So also one of my program rules was no judgment. No judgment. Um, in my dynamics, I learned a lot. I learned what white privilege is, and I learned the plantation that black people live on. White privilege is no judgment. That's what it is. You can't sexually shame them. You can't shame them in anything. You can't hold them accountable for shit. You can't uh all the things that niggas walk around with, you can't do that to white people. When you a dude, when you a nigga, your haircut matter, your shoes matter, your jeans matter, your shirt matter, how you keep your car matter, because it's full of judgment. If you a black woman, that hair better be laid, your butt better be the right size, your hair, nails better be done. You better spend $1,000 on hygiene products. You better have the a right body count. You better talk a certain kind of way. You better eat your food a certain kind of way because people are looking. To be a nigga is nothing but judgment. That's the nigga plantation. White privilege, do whatever you want. You have an individuality, right? If two black women are fighting, people be like, oh, we need to do better. We like, what? A white dude is being stupid. It's not white people are crazy. It's he's crazy. White privilege is individuality, right? Nigga shit is collective in everything, right? You can't vote for Kamala. You can't vote for Trump. You can't do nothing. It's judgment. Everything. The, the chick that said hot to spit on that thing, right? It was so funny to me because for the last 6 years, black women were shamed for that shit. She blew up off it. You see the difference? Why? Because she doesn't represent white women. She's an individual, whereas Meg represents every brown skinned human being in the world. So her shit is under a microscope. She has no individuality. If a black man that's a rapper paints his nails red, they'll say, look at the attack on black masculinity. You like, what the fuck, nigga? That's his nails, right? What I found out is because we're all wearing that, in my relationships, I wanted to come no judgment. Just show up. And let me tell you something. If you give somebody the floor for no judgment, if you're a black woman and you like black men, you have no clue what kind of dude he is. You don't he's he's trapped behind so many layers and productions, the male layer, the black layer, the hip hop layer. You have no clue what you're looking at. Because first of all, he always got to show up like he could squabble, right? Then he got to show up like he could fuck. Then he got to show up like he can rap. Then he got to show up like he can play ball, right? Shit. What happens if you push no judgment to him? If you're a black dude, you like black women, black male got a production, but the black woman production is even crazier. You got the hair production, you got the skin tone production, you got the body production, you got her she's too tough production. Oh, she's too independent production. I mean, it's crazy, right? What if you just start removing all that shit? And what if you, as a man, you're in a relationship with a woman, you like, yo, come as you are, yo. Bring your entire self. Bring your entire self. I'm rocking with you. That was always my mindset. Another one of my program rules was, if we like this, then the word no is off the table. I gotta be the man for the job. I got to um, always be on deck for you in any way that you need me. Another rule was you can always come back no matter what. Right? Now mind you, these rules that I'm applying don't go for me. It's rules I'm applying, right? So people could always come back. People could tell me no, right? I wouldn't say it though. People could tell me no. I let people spin the block. I have to be the safe space to you, right? I'm not leaving, even if I ain't talked to you in years. I'm the same old Cam, right? That's the lack of abundance mindset, right? Because if you leave, stay gone. What's wrong with that, right? I couldn't process that. What's wrong with people being gone, right? What's wrong with people being gone? Nothing. What's wrong with saying no? Nothing. Nothing. Right? Another one of my programs was when I heard Avatar and they said, I see you, I understood firmly what that is. Like, I see you was so much deeper than love with the word I love you. Right? You can tell someone you love that you don't, and you don't even know them like that. But I see you. When they used I see you, I was like, ooh, I get that shit. I know what that is. The front, the back, you know, I see you as like an understanding, you know. So this is how I'm looking at things. So when I get ghosted and I get, you know, people ain't rocking with me like that, that used to be very difficult, right? The most important thing, a lot of this comes from the relationship I have with my mother, right? Because here I go, my crib got six bedrooms. My I got four bathrooms. I'm driving in Benzes. I'm doing a bunch of shit, right? And people are coming to me for wisdom, and people are coming to me to help fix their life, but I couldn't fix my mother, right? So when she died, it was very like, I feel like a fraud. Cause how am I 10 billions and all that? And my mama died in the street. My mama running the street. What that look like? Nigga, How can you help people? You can't even help your own mom. That shit, right? But she had a right. She had a right to go out how she wanted to, right? But I didn't process that. So I had this great ideal, right? I had this ideal since I can't save my mom. Let me try to save black women. So black women get all my game for free. Black women get all my access. I'm going to bat for black women against men. Um, when all the podcast shit is going on, dudes is going in on black women. I'm not even part of that conversation. I'm the exceptional nigga, right? Even though that's where the bag was. The bag was to talk about these hoes. That's where the bag was, right? I'm on Clubhouse. They're coming. I'm in all women's spaces. They got me on Clubhouse, and I'm at the men because in my mind, I'm like, well, I couldn't save Barb. I couldn't save my mom. Let me save these black women. And that didn't go so good. And it didn't go so good because I'm not important as I think I am, right? And I helped a lot of people, and a lot of people pivoted on me. And at first, I was like devastated, right? Mm-mm. Look, even if you're from poverty, a real abundance mindset is to do things and give and expect nothing in return for real. Especially if it's not business, right? When you operating in the law of reciprocity, right? If you hand somebody something, it's all good. Don't expect them to, right? Don't expect loyalty. Don't you don't own them, right? You don't you don't people have a right to go. You know what I'm saying? People have a right to go, people have a right to make moves, right? But the main thing is to not try to be important in people's lives. And that's a big thing, right? Because trying to be important in people's lives, you might think that this is your way to be alive. This is your, yeah, you'll make a miscalculation of your value, right? Of your, you think you're a little more popping than what you really are. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to, you don't want to, your importance has to come from your skill set and what you do in life. If you a doctor, you important. You a lawyer, you're important, right? If you have a skill set that just provides value in the world, you're important off that. But just trying to collect other human beings and be important from there, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to be motivational in everybody's life, trying to tap in with people, trying to let people come eat off your plate, trying to always be there, always be available, always be that person. You don't got to do all that, right? So I used to be a person that you can spin the block on, but those days is over. And the cool thing is, I have no interest on spinning the block on anybody either, right? So I have 10 ways for you to empower yourself when it comes to spinning the block. I have 10 ways for you to empower yourself. So no one does it to you and you don't do it to anyone else. Because here's the thing, you're not a victim, right? And you can't, you know, tell people not to spin the block on you while you're doing the same shit. You know what I'm saying? While you are, hitting people up that you ain't give a fuck about what they doing, or you know what I'm saying, because you feel alone, right? And your phone is dry or whatever, so you try to reach out to people and no. So 10 ways to spin the block. Or, well, here's 10 ways to empower yourself, right? Number 10, count your blessings. Simple, right? Count your blessings. Let me tell you what this means. If you're not paying attention, it's easy to trick yourself to talk about what you don't got. I know because I've done it, right? It's super easy to talk about what you don't got and the things that you're missing. You know what I'm saying? I don't got this, I don't got that, I don't got this, I don't got that. And a lot of the spin the block comes from believing that you're missing shit. You know what I'm saying? So you'll entertain people that you were supposed to stop talking to a long time ago, right? But count your blessings and look around. You know, you might have everything, you might just got to tweak it a little bit. Count your blessings for the people that are in your life now that really want to be there, that fuck with you. You know what I mean? Count your blessings even for the people that are gone, right? Memories are good, nostalgia's cool, right? And that's that. But learn to count your blessings. Yo, maybe it's a blessing that I don't got a lot of subs. Maybe it's a blessing that I'm not going viral right now. Well, that's a blessing. You never know, right? You never know. Maybe it's a blessing that um your life is small at the moment. Maybe. You never know, right? Maybe it's a blessing that the thing that you're praying for, maybe it's a blessing that you don't have it right now. You don't know. Maybe you're not ready for it. Maybe it's the bad timing, right? Maybe the timing isn't the right time is in 6 months. You don't know. So count your blessings for whatever's going on right now. Just count your blessings. It gets better, but it also gets worse. And if you don't count your blessings, you'll always be open for that bing on your phone. Hey, big head, just thinking about you, right? And you're going to answer back because you think that your life is small or you think that your phone is dry, right? And you're watching people on social media live out a certain kind of life. You know what I'm saying? And you believe they're the lucky ones. Yo, it's funny, but it's not. I thought HIV didn't exist no more until all these numbers are coming out from Houston, right? And now HIV is popping, right? Not only HIV, but syphilis and a bunch of other shit, right? Okay. What if you're not counting your blessings because you're looking at influencers, celebrities, people with blue checks, and they're moving and shaking and they're living a certain kind of life online? What if they got HIV? What if who you're comparing yourself to has syphilis, right? What if the people that you're comparing yourself to won't even be alive by this time next year? You don't even know what you're comparing yourself to. You don't even know what that is. You're just going off a picture, right? Oh, such and such just got a new car. Yeah, and in 90 days they might die in it too. You don't know. The only thing that you know is right now, right? So count your blessings. That's number 10. Number 9, let go of what was. Man, them days is over, right? Man, them days is over. This is one that I had to really adjust to. I have a good recall of the past. I have a great memory, right? And sometimes I can live there in my memory, right? In my turn ups. And that's not an abundant mindset. Because an abundant mindset is thinking about what's going to happen, not what already happened. It's over. The money is spent. The ticket is already used. The flight was already used. The food was already ate. We already used the bathroom with it, right? Let go of what was. Some of these relationships that we hold on to, the best version of it was 10 years ago. I've had relationships with people, and our best version of our relationship was when I was 20. 20, right? It never grew from there. We never did anything else. Our best time is when I was 20 years old. And that's not an abundant mindset, because an abundant mindset is like, I need to prepare myself for who I'm going to have great memories with 20 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Some of these relationships we hang on to, man, them days is over. And we're literally holding on, hanging on to relationships that you ain't got popping and you ain't did nothing in years. The greatest time. Now every things do dip down. Life happens. But I'm talking about really like the meat and potatoes of your relationship with an individual, whether platonic or intimate, was years ago. So actually we're involved in the memory of each other. That's what we think this is. We think that that's that moment and life has went on, right? So when people spin the block, and when you spin the block, you're spinning the block based on the memory of what happened 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Because the person that's hitting you with the hey big head, when the last time you even seen them? When the last time y'all even did anything? What was y'all highlight? What was y'all best moment? And that shit was years ago, right? But when they contact you, you feel like but it's a nothing burger though. It's a nothing burger, right? So number 9, let go of what was, right? And have abundance mindset. Think about the new memories. Think about things that haven't happened yet, and prepare yourself for that, right? Mm. Number 8. This is how nobody will never spin the block on you. Charge a choosing fee. Because if we have choosing fees, no one will spin a block on you because they will never leave. You're not gonna put down the shit that you really had to put something on the wood for, right? Yo, look, if the barrier to entry is sex, that is not enough to keep something strong. What did the person put on the wood to even be in your space? You have to charge a choosing fee, but you can only do that if you're a person of value, right? What does a person have to do to get next to you? Because what they have to do to get next to you, that's going to be how they handle this relationship. If they don't got to do nothing, if they don't got to put no work in, if they don't got to come with some type of opportunity for you, if they could just come with nothing and then they leave your ass, or they don't hold up their end of the deal, or they're gone, or they're never, nothing ever materializes from the relationship. That's why. That's why. You gotta put something down to pick something up. right? It's not always money as the fee. It's some kind of value. You know what I'm saying? If you're a person with great ideals, you're gonna let people pick your brain for free, right? Even if they don't have money, they might say, you know what? Hey, I thought about you. I have points at this hotel. So anytime you're in town, hit me up. I could get you a hotel, or I could get you a flight, or I could get you a rental car, or here's a damn gift card to In and Out. I don't know. It has to be something though. Because if you let people get next to you with no choosing fee, it's not gonna go in your favor, and take it from somebody who knows. You know what I'm saying? People have peeled me from my precious information, and I let them, right? I let them. They're supposed to. If I'm out giving free game, if I'm out giving up shit that's valuable to me for the free 99, they're supposed to come and take it. You know what I'm saying? It's your job, it's my job to guard our value. If we don't want to guard our value and somebody comes and robs us for it and peels us for it, that's on us, man. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be a man or woman of certain value, though. You can't just be existing in charge of choosing fee. You have to know something. You have to be able to do something. You have to have something about you that separates you from everyday people, right? And the choosing fee doesn't have to be money. It just has to be something you deem valuable at that specific time that you can use. And it can't be sex. Because if you a dude and you got some value, man, these girls is, I'm telling you, they gonna come with that piece of pussy. Like, you got money, and that's all she. Listen, that's an abundance mindset, guys. It's it's not as big as you think it is. Meaning that you put a high priority on sex, right? Women will give you that piece of pussy and run off with your shit. You think it's more valuable than the women do. They will give out that piece of pussy like this and do and build a cake. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that serious. And women, attention. You think the man attention from a dude is everything, right? And now it's flipping around where you off attention from a dude to get tension from women. But this is the thing: a dude don't you won't let a dude handle you a certain type of way, but you'll let women handle you a certain kind of way, right? A dude don't talk can't talk to you crazy, but a woman can. So all you did is just change the shit. You still getting spent, you still getting played, you still getting talked to crazy, you still getting handled a certain kind of way. It's just different because it's not a man, right? With a man, he got to come with a certain price. He got to do this. He got to do that. He got to be a finished product. But your woman on woman relationships, they don't got to be a finished product. They don't got to come correct. No, 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 no. Keep the same energy for everybody. If a man got to come correct, a woman got to come correct. If a man got to talk to you a certain type of way, a woman got to talk to you a certain kind of way. Don't downgrade because it's a woman. If you what you think hoeing for a dude and hoeing for a woman is different? You still hoeing, right? Boss up in all areas of your life, right? And for a dude, if you charge the bros, if you charge men $20 for something, why would you charge women 15? Right? Why can the woman get a hookup but a man can't? That's not good business. Whatever your price is for a man, your price is for a woman. The reason why you operate like that, the reason why you operate like that is so you keep yourself a certain status. You ain't taking no shorts from no men. You ain't taking no shorts from no women. You ain't getting played by no men. You ain't getting played by no women. Because if you're partial to a gender, a man can't do it to you, but a woman can. A woman can't do it to you, but a man can. Right? Don't go out like that. If y'all good in the chat, press 7. Because we're at number 7. So if you're good in the chat, press number 7. Number 7 is say no. Say no. Huh. What I learned is when you kind of born in this production of blackness, you kind of born with no boundaries, right? So you say yes to everything. Can your brother come live at your house? Yes. Can your mom borrow some money? Yes. Can somebody borrow your car? Yes. Can you babysit my kids? Yes. Right? We live in a world of yes because I know the struggle. I know how it is, bro. I know how it is, sis. Girl, can you watch my kids? Yes. Girl, can I borrow? And it'd be weird numbers too. Can I borrow $16? Like, what the fuck? Man, ask for the 20, man. You know what I'm saying? Instead of ask for the 100, they be like, can I borrow $83? Right? Yes. Everything is yes. Right? People spin the block on you because you say yes. Yes. Right? You don't want to be mean. You don't want to be the one in the family with the bad attitude, or the worst of all. You don't want people to think that you're all that. You're bougie, right? You can't say no, right? Your blackness or your brownness or your hair texture or your loyalty to the set or your loyalty to the environment, you can't say no, right? Yo, y'all do know y'all can say no during this election. You do know you don't have to vote for nobody, right? You do know that. You can say no. You know this, right? I just I just want to inform you that you don't have to go either way. You don't have to argue about it either. If you don't feel like anybody represents, first off, there's more people running for president than Kamala and Donald Trump. I just want you to know that. So if you don't vote for Kamala, it's not a vote for Trump. It's other people running for president. I just want to give you the heads up, right? But you don't have to go with anybody. You can say no. You don't have to fix the community. You can say no. You don't have to reproduce and have black babies. You can say no. I'm just telling you that, right? Every issue that goes on, you don't have to comment on it. I know Sonya Massey just passed, but you don't have to care about it if you don't want to. You don't. You have options, right? You can say no, right? Uh Things going viral on TikTok, you can say no. Don't think because you're a black woman, everything a black woman goes through in the world, you have to comment and participate in it. You can say no. Cop pull his gun on a black man, sir. You don't have to comment on it. You don't have to care about it. You don't. You don't got to loan nobody no money. You don't got to have sex. You don't have to do nothing. You do know that though. And you don't need no one's permission either. You understand? It's so many issues going on, and I know people. You feel like you have to talk about everything. No, you don't. You don't have to care, right? You don't have to be down, right? I love the babies, but you don't gotta save the babies. Word to brother Panic. The babies. You don't have to be nothing, right? You can literally go your own way. When you see somebody that you haven't seen in a while, I know like the cordial thing is to be like, oh yeah, yeah, take my number. You don't have to. You don't gotta be in a relationship. You don't gotta save the world, right? You don't gotta be pro-black. You don't gotta listen to Umar Johnson. You don't gotta listen to rap. You can say no to all of this shit. Because not just in relationship, all of it is a version of spinning the block. For real, for real. Umar Johnson spinning the block on niggas right now, right? He's running down your timeline for something. Charleston White spinning the block. All these other content creators. Shit, you can say no to me. You don't gotta click on when I'm live. You don't got a super chat. You don't got a cash app. That ain't your business or concern whether I'm doing okay or not. You don't owe me that, right? You put something on the wood because you find something valuable, but you ain't obligated. And that's not how this should work. You're a sovereign person. You know what I'm saying? You do what you do because you want to do it, right? You don't gotta. Can I feel like you should be bigger? So I'm a support. No, 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 no. Rock with me because of the bars. If you feel like I got bars, pull up. If my bars is whack that day, be out. You got some money, put it on the wood. You don't. Or if you got it in your pocket and you're like, nigga, no, that too. I gotta figure the game out, right? Don't let nobody spin a block on you. You know what I'm saying? Don't even let me spin a block with old topics. If it's an area that I already been and we already went through that and it ain't getting no better, don't let me spin a block and keep you in this vacuum of like is shit happening in the world and I'm not talking about it. Don't let me get away with it. Yo, this applies to everybody. No spinning the block, man. Because that's saying that you're the same person, right? So that means I ain't reading none of the books I got back here. I ain't moving around. I'm not traveling. I'm not doing nothing. That means I'm talking to you the same way that I was talking to you 4 years ago if you was following me. And I'm keeping you right there. You know how disrespectful that is? That's me saying that the people that are sub to me, you are at the same place when I found you. Don't let nobody do that. Don't let Tasha K do that to you. Don't let the Shade Room do that to you. Has the Shade Room and Baller Alert and Spiritual World, have they stepped up their content? Or is it the same thing that they was given to you before when you first subscribed? Keep it a buck. Because if no man can't spin a block on you and no woman can't spin a block on you, why can an IG page? Why can't a celebrity? I'll go further. All right, Jesus. All right, Allah. All right, Buddha. All right, ancestors. I am praying and talking to you about the same shit, and nothing in my life has changed. I'm not going to keep being a Christian and keep being a Muslim or keep talking about my ancestors or keep talking about my community and I don't get nothing from it. Damn, Jesus, I'm praying. Why you keep giving them shit? Where's mine? How this is one-sided loyalty. What's up, Allah? What's up, ancestors? No spinning the block. Don't spin a block on a religion that you can't win from. Don't spin a block with this ancestor conversation, but you need the government to give you reparations. Get it from your ancestors. Make them what rain down on me. Let your love. Tell the ancestors to rain the goddamn coins. Or stop saying their name. How many salats you gonna make to Allah? Right? But nothing is changing. So no spinning the block goes everywhere. This ain't no new shit. I don't got no new car. I don't got no new house. Ken, that's all materialism. We're in America. America's all about that. Like it or not, it is about the car. It is about the house. It is about the land. It is about the clothes. Right? It is about all that shit. And I'll be damned if I pray to a God and I can't get no shit. That's the purpose of you. I'm not here just to give you all the praise. You got to give me something in return for my hollow beat on Nick. Straight up. Straight up. I'll go one further. The Divine Mother got to give you some shit. Straight up. It just can't be symbolism. You got to get something out the deal. The Divine Feminine has to give you something. This cannot be one-sided relationships. You can't spin the block on shit just because it sound good, just because the symbolism. No, you have to get something out the goddamn deal. What do you get out the deal? And if ain't nobody getting nothing out the deal, then we need new religions, we need new gods, we need new prayers, we need new symbolism, we need all the shit new. Put that on your pipe and smoke it. Right? But no, in all seriousness, I don't care whatever the spiritual system is, whatever the divination, whatever you into, you got to get something out of it, right? You got to make it work in the material. You know what I'm saying? Like we're here to experience, right? So these gods and these words, we're here to experience it, not to just hold on to it and wear it like it's Nike, right? It's an experience. So in the experience, you got to guess something, you got to create something. Or what's it for? What's it for? Right? Number 6 of 10 ways to empower yourself when it comes to spinning the block. Make your boundaries non-negotiable. Take it from an individual. I told somebody this recently. The way that I was raised by my mom, I did not have a concept of your boundaries or mine, right? I I say this often. There is some instances where I did not know right from wrong. My mom never talked to me about that. I didn't know when I was doing something wrong to you. I didn't know that until your face told me or until you cried. And then I was like, oh shit, that wasn't cool. Right. Also, I didn't know when something was being done wrong to me. When I went upstairs, I'm 15. When I went upstairs, I was I was with my neighbor, right? She was 34, right? She lived upstairs from me. She was 34. And prior to that, in the hood, people don't know boundaries. So you got grown men talking to young chicks a certain kind of way. The young chicks like, you can't handle me, blah 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 blah. I'm grown. But you also got older women talking to younger dudes a certain kind of way. You know what I mean? You throwing little pop slick shit at them. Boy, if you don't get out of here, let me tell you something. The day that I said something to a grown woman, she was supposed to check me right there. She was supposed to check me right there. But you know what she did and they did? Boy, you can't handle this. You better get your young ass out of here, right? Do you know as men why we don't deal with that part? That we slept with some of our mama's friends or our mama's friends said something to us? There go the abundance mindset again. You see, from the woman perspective, that's wrong. From the guy perspective, it's like, way to go, son. Way to go. Why? That's buying into the guys are easy narrative. So easy that we don't even take it serious when little boys are sleeping with grown women. It's not a thing. It's nothing to hold on to. It is totally fine. Why? That's not an abundance mindset. And we don't look at the male child as valuable. And I'm talking from a guy's perspective. It's not for women to make it an issue that women are sleeping, grown women are sleeping with little boys. That's a male issue. How come men don't have a problem with that shit? We don't, right? We don't. But if that was a little girl, oh man, we were raising all hell. Why? The male sees the girl's value. He sees her as valuable. The male sees the boy as non-valuable. And he's sleeping with value, even though she's older. So when I had an instance with a grown woman, there was a lead up to there. I'm steady talking shit to her. Right? That opens up another conversation that there is no childhood for the most part for girls and boys in the hood. A black girl's already a woman when she's 13. A black boy's already a man when he's 13. We don't see these young people as children until you have one of your own. And then you like, mm, let me find out a grown woman is talking to my son. Let me find out. Because now things come full circle that all that was out of pocket, right? So when I said my comments to her, she out there with her partner, they smoking and shit, right? Girl, you hear him? Boo, boo, boo. And I went upstairs and I got on top of her. I thought I could come at all women like that. But most importantly, I didn't know that this was wrong for me. For me as a kid. So then you grow up as a man. There's some women on my body count, like, right? There's a couple of them over the years. I took one for the team, put it like that. But not because how she looked. I took one for the team of where it happened. Look, eventually, we all at a different level. What you doing in that kind of hotel? What you doing in that kind of hotel? If you on that level, sure. If you not, what you doing in that hotel? Or what you doing at a person's house and they don't keep their house a certain kind of way. But you know your mama did though. You know your granny did though. You used to a certain kind of thing, right? But you at people's house turning your brain off and their aesthetics is not up to par. Not the shit that they buy, is how they keep it. Well, dishes in the sink. You want spots on your rug, right? It's not the man or the woman. It's the environment, right? I definitely took some shit for the team. You know why? Because I didn't know I had value. And my boundaries was negotiable as hell because they were non-existent. When your boundaries are non-existent, you're getting spent on. So people could hit my line at any time of night, no matter if I was in a relationship or not, because I allowed it, right? Because I didn't know that I was not supposed to be available because I'm running on my program, right? So in my program, I'm supposed to be on deck. In my program, I'm supposed to be available, right? On my program, we like this, right? We like this, right? Am I letting people back in my life? Why can't I block this chick? Why can't you block that dude or that chick or your mom or your dad or your family? What is the phone being open to them? What do you think that one day that you're gonna get a call and shit is gonna be different and they're about to give you words of affirmation or they're about to tell you sorry? Or what do you think is gonna be different the next time? Hope is dangerous sometimes. Because it happened to me, right? And we talk a lot of shit online about not settling. Boundaries. You won't settle for that man, right? But you will keep the line open for a toxic mom, right? You won't, you talk about you're not settling for these kind of women, right? As a dude. But your homie can have beef right now and you will leave your house, right? And go get in his bullshit and not make it home. Settling in one area, settling in all areas. You can't draw the line of settling when it comes to relationship dynamics. I know my worth. I know my worth. Only when it comes to relationships. Sis, you know your worth when it comes to men, but women dog you. Women dog you. Straight up. Women play you, right? I know these women, but the set and the hood and the community play you, bro. You got a hood tattooed on your arm or on your face, and you get nothing in return, nigga. Because I'm a black man in America. You letting the narrative play you. You mean y'all only went out the country for women? Yo, all the temples, all the trails to hike, right? All the museums, all the history, and the reason to go see these things was women? You let the red pill play you, dog? You don't got no boundary? You let these content creators that's getting money come to talk to you about a woman being for the streets, but he ain't talking about no men's health? You know how many men die a year from cardiovascular diseases? You know how the majority of men are unhealthy, but in the men's spaces, it's not about health. Your workout is to attract women. Your boundaries are non-negotiable. Your boundaries are non-negotiable, fam. Because the real conversation that guys need to have with each other is not being had. Y'all talking about Keisha. Y'all come together on panels to talk about the modern woman. That's where y'all hang out at. That's where y'all play at, right? Make your boundaries non-negotiable, right? That if you have male friends, the conversation gotta be here. We could talk about some pussy after. Fam, where you getting money from? You know what I'm saying? What's the job market look like for you, bro? What are you doing? How you got life insurance? Who you use? What's an annuity? Right? Men have the weirdest boundaries in weirdest places, such as you don't want to tell your other male friends that you're struggling financially and you need help. Y'all got a boundary there. That's the place where you don't want to have a boundary. Forget pride, you got to eat. That's the place where you don't want to have a boundary. You can have something going on in your private area, right? And because everything is so gay, you can't even talk to another dude about it. Hey, something's not going right. Women will strip down, open their legs in front of other women, and completely open the whole thing up and be like, girl, look. Like the places guys have boundaries is the places where you don't need them. Male shit, right? So conversations are not being had because of hip hop, and you can't even tell a person, man, how do you refinance a house? Oh, nigga, you don't know that, right? Make your boundaries non-negotiable. So for men, where you have boundaries at, open those up, and the places where you're wide open, put boundaries there. Put a boundary around being with other guys talking dumb. Put a boundary around women's business. Put a boundary around Keisha stuff. Cool. Sis, you ain't off the hook. Put a boundary on that girl chat because I'm serious. A lot, I'm side eyeing. It's a lot of smoke for men, but you go right over to women and get played. I'm sorry, you ain't. That's not popping to me, right? It's a lot of smoke for men, and rightfully so. But then you go right over to women and get played. You go right over to women and women talking to you dumb. And you go right over to women and women is triggering your pain body. You go right over to woman and automatically associate them with innocence. She's a woman, so she must be right. That ain't righteous. Keep the shit equal. These men is lame as hell, and these women is lame as hell. Some dudes is real, some women is real. For you to be partial and to pick a side, that means you're not doing knowledge yourself. Because the path is about knowledge. Path ain't about a gender. Don't pick a side. This is earthly shit. Why would you pick the side of earthly shit? Why would you pick the side of earthly things? Where grammar and glamour are tricking the hell out of people. How about this? He lame, she lame. For every dude that's solid, it's a woman solid somewhere. For every woman solid, it's a man solid somewhere. And for every man that's a coward, it's a woman that's a coward. Same, as above, so below. Whatever exists on that side exists on this side. But if you got women telling you to look over here at these men. Meanwhile, the woman is all up in your shit. Kamala Harris, a woman. So what? What you think her foreign policy finna be? Right? Kamala Harris, a woman. How you think her thing finna be with Israel? Kamala Harris, a woman. What you think she about to do with Skid Row and the people that's homeless? Right? Huh. It's Kamala Harris, a woman. You think she about to go against the establishment because she's a woman? Y'all gotta. But look, I did it too. I can't even be mad at you. I was partial. I chose sides before, right? In my journey. So I can't even get mad at you, right? All I'm gonna tell you is pick the middle. Stay in the middle with everything. Keep your eye on everybody. You know what I'm saying? Make everybody come correct. Man, woman, child, elder. It don't matter. Black, white, gay, trans, straight. It don't matter, right? Keep your boundary same, right? And pick the path and pick knowledge. Because if you don't, you become part of the science experiment. You know what I'm saying? You come over here and men built the world, or you over here the divine feminine. Stay right in the middle, right? Get a little piece over here, get a little piece over here, and make your cake, right? And put a boundary around that cake, right? Away from the nonsense of these men and away from the nonsense of these women, right? Okay. On to number 5. Hold on. It's a typo right here. This is supposed to say human. So in my relationship dynamics, humanity happened to me, you know? Humanity happened to me, right? No matter how much you love the man or the woman or your babies or anybody, they're human first, right? They're human first. And a lot of our heartbreaks come from the fact that people are or forget that people are humans. So when your heart gets broke or someone does something, you're looking at them from a perspective that they're not what they are, right? But if you put your hand next to a lion's mouth or a cheetah's mouth or a shark, or you put your hand on poison ivy and it does what it does, you're not surprised. You know what I'm saying? You're not surprised. You know what I mean? But when it comes to a human, you're surprised. Now, there are some things you can expect not to happen. For example, I expect you to be human, but I don't expect you to hurt my goddamn child. I expect you to be human, but I don't expect you to steal from me. Right? I expect you to be human, but I don't expect you to talk behind my back. Right? I expect you to be human, but I don't expect you to sabotage. There are certain things that's off the table. You not picking me, it happens. I expect that. Right? You um, taking advantage of an opportunity, I expect that. You being an opportunist, I expect that. Right? You lying happens. Expect that. Right? The only thing that's off the table are personal violations. You see that kid right there? Never touch him. Right? Never touch him. Um, you see that safe right there? never go into it because you don't need to. You don't need to. Because if I eat, you eat. So you don't need to. Right? So expect humanity, especially one of the places that's odd to me that people like really flip out of, people don't understand sex. So when they're in relationship with people and your partner has sex with somebody else, you lose your goddamn mind. Oh my God, how could you do this to me? Number one, they did nothing to you. Unless they're over there saying the reason that they're doing this is because of you. But even that, they didn't do anything to you. The mistake you made is you assigned ownership to their body. His body ain't yours, sis. Your body ain't his. That's the thing. Now, people do make agreements. Hey, you're gonna be the only one I'm with, boo, 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 boo. And people fall short. You know how I know they fall short? They fall short on their own New Year's resolution. They fall short on the promises they make to themselves. People tell their God they're not gonna do something again, and they do it. You're not that important, right? Also, picture this. Sometimes in the world, what do you expect a person to do when they go outside or they're traveling in the world and they see the most attractive human being they ever seen before? I mean, this is one of one, right? This is one of one. You feel that important to yourself that that man or that woman in that one opportunity, wherever they are, they seen a unicorn. And what you're saying is, don't do that. Okay, cool. If they don't do that, how does that make them better? You didn't wasn't think I was going to go there. How does that make them better? This is an opportunity that they never had before. And what you're saying is, don't do it. Do you even know why? Do you even know why? What if doing it made them better? What if that moment he or she picked himself or herself and it made them better? Still can't accept it. I know you can't because it's important for you to be important. That's my man. That's my woman. That's my vagina. That's my peen. Really? Y'all really think like that? That human is yours. You know what's ill is when people decide that they're yours on their own without you putting pressure on them, right? If a man decides he's not going to do something because he doesn't want to, not because of you, or a woman deciding that's not good for her, not you. Where's the personal development if the individual made the decision for you? Where's the personal development in that? Yeah, I would sleep with you, but my wife wouldn't like it. I guarantee that man ended up resenting that woman. He only said no because he don't want to hurt you. But if he wasn't going to hurt you, he would do it. He didn't grow. She only didn't exchange numbers for that with that guy because her man is going to get mad. So they're only not doing it because of you. Why would you want to be in a relationship where a person is doing something because of you? They're not learning. They're not growing. And then you'll hear it later in an argument. I didn't even want to live here. I only live here because you want to live here. See? You hear it later. It comes out. The resentment that the life that a person is living, that they're living, they don't want to do that. But they only do it because they make you happy. Are you okay with that? That's the same way people look at their deity, right? You're not going to do that because that'll make God upset. You're not going to do that because that'll make your parents upset. Or you're only doing that because your parents like it. Or you're only doing that because that'll please God. Or you're only doing that because that'll please your husband or that'll please your wife. Where do you come in the picture? Like it or not, whatever it is, you have to teach your humanity. And what I mean by that is, right, you have to teach your humanity. The thing inside of you must teach your humanity. Your humanity is what the religious people call the flesh. It's your emotions, it's your anger, it's your jealousy, it's your resentment, it's your respect, it's your loyalty, it's your body. The thing that's inside of you is teaching the thing that's outside of you. The thing that's inside of you is much, much, much older than this. The thing that's inside of you, that's the God, right? It is educating and teaching the humanity, okay? The humanity does not learn if it's doing things because of this quiet, like violence, right? I don't want to do this because this gonna make my girl argue with me, right? I want to go against my journey. I don't want to. I'm gonna go against my journey because my guy is gonna be mad, and that's gonna give me an argument. And you're so focused on making the relationship work that the human suffers. You don't grow, right? Yo, the marriage don't come before the people. It's the people that make the marriage and the relationship what it is, right? The people come first, not the marriage, not the production. She is an individual. He is an individual. They come first before the marriage. What is marriage without people doing it? What is religion without people? What is business? What is the community? Right? How are you going to save the community and uplift the community if you don't uplift the people? You got to save the people. You got to help the people before you help the community. They're not one and the same. They're different. The marriage is not the people. The people are the marriage. The people are the relationship. We're so caught up on the outer layer of the community, the marriage, the politics. We forget that there are humans in there. What works for the humans? That's what you have to expect in every relationship. That humans are going to human. Yeah, it hurts, right? Because we all like a level of control. Having control over somebody is out of this world. That's why a lot of us have kids. Hey, come to the house. Your son can be all the way in LA and you in Miami. Hey, I need you to fly back. For real? What's going on, Dad? Man, get to the house. Your son get there. Dad, I caught the first thing smoking. Everything okay with Mom? What you need? And the dad sitting on the couch scratching his nuts. Yeah, hand me that remote right there. He like, what? What did you call me for? Yeah, I called you to come pick up the remote for me. Control. Control, right? When you think of slavery, one thing you don't think about is the dopamine that the overseer or the master is getting. Come here, boy. Pick that up, boy. Right? You have access to human beings' bodies. Do you know what kind of thing that is? You know what kind of thing that is in the mind? What does that do on a chemical level to have control over human beings like that? Right? And you think you wouldn't do it. Yes, you would. Because look how you are in the relationship. Why are you in someone else's phone? How do you, like, what goes in your mind when you be all in somebody's shit like that? You feel like you wouldn't know the truth unless you do that? Well, that tells you the relationship that y'all have. Y'all have a disconnect that the person don't talk to you like that, right? But that man is not a kid, and that woman is not a kid. That is not a child. You are all in their shit and you think it's okay. So you wouldn't be a slave master? You wouldn't be an overseer? Look how you handle your wife. Look how you talk to her. Look what kind of ownership you have over her. You wouldn't do that to your dude, sis? I mean, you wouldn't, if you had power, look how you are with your man. Where are you at? Ah! Like he's a child. Do you know why you do this? Do you know you're talking to a human right there? Here's how you know you should leave anything, regardless of what him or her is doing. How does the personal development look for you? That's how you make your decision. Are you becoming a better woman? The experience that you're having with this dude, is it making you a better woman? That's not based on him buying you a bag or not. Are you elevating? Are you smarter? Are you healthier? Are you learning? Right? Are you getting skills? Is being associated with him making you a more official woman? That's what you go by, not what's in his phone. That's what you go by. So it's okay as long as the relationship is monogamous, but you're not a better woman. You choose personal development first. Sir, I don't care how much clothes she washes for you. I don't care how much intimacy she gives you. Are you a better man? And this is important for men because men are afraid to leave women. People always say men don't break up with women. Why? Why not? Yo, watching Married with Children, we laugh at Al Bundy sitting on that couch. Why is this dude sitting up here miserable like this? Oh man, it's for the big picture. Because he don't want to break up their family. Man, these kids grown now. Kelly is 19. They grown now. These ain't babies, right? Are you a better man in this relationship with this woman? Does her doing your laundry make you better? Does her cooking make you better? Like you're like a better guy, right? You're something about you is just dope. And it does it boil down to the woman's service? You got to make your decisions accordingly. It got to be personal development first, right? Because it's about experience. So expect people to be human, right? Expect people to be human, right? And I don't care what religion you are, I don't care what culture you come from. The human will always supersede the religion. The human will always supersede the culture. Humans are going to do what humans do. Now it's up to you with you have to stay in student mode. So you understand when their humanity is showing, and then you have to decide how they express their humanity. Is this good and okay for your journey? Right? And that's how you do it. Moving right along to number 4. Keep the main thing the main thing. When people spin a block on you in these relationships, 9 times out of 10, the main thing is not even the main thing anymore. Whatever connected y'all is not strong, right? So there's no reason to even stay connected to each other, right? Whatever connected y'all in the beginning is not connecting y'all now. So you keep the main thing, right? So look, if you keep the main thing, say there is people you haven't spoken to in a long time. When you keep the main thing, when they spin the block on you, it'll be about that. And you have to decide if that works or not for you. So if you a get money chick or you a get money dude and you haven't talked to certain people in a minute and they spin the block with a business opportunity, look, that's up for you to decide if you can move on the opportunity or not, right? But if they spin the block on you and you a get money person and that's how they know you, but they spin the block on you and they spin the block on you in comedy, that's not your relationship. Don't try to change it, right? If y'all had a sexual relationship and then people trying to spin the block on you now, and now you trying to talk to me and have like we're homies and shit, you have to decide if you want to continue that sexual relationship, but keep the main thing the main thing. How do I know you? And what happens is things start to overlap, and that's where the trouble happens, right? There, you shouldn't let people spin the block on you from the jump, but if they do, keep the main thing the main thing. Like, that's not what we do, right? I'm into getting money. Me and you got money together. Why are you spinning the block on something else? If you even entertain it. Okay, me and you used to get loose together. We used to turn up together. Don't try to spin the block on me with nothing else. Okay, you saved, you going to church right now? Cool, keep that shit over there though. I don't know you like that. I don't know you like that. I ain't finna go to church with you. We're not about to reinvent our relationship in the now. I got an abundance mindset. I'm gonna find a person now that if I'm interested in going to church, I ain't about to go with you. I'm about to go with them. Cause you ain't even been around. So I'm about to go to church with somebody that matches me full scale. Not you who I used to drug and thug with. Nah, that's cool. You're not about to spin a block on me, not like that. You know what I'm saying? That's who I was before. That's who you was before. Let's keep it like that. I'm glad you got saved, but you got to find somebody else to entertain you in that space. Why you coming to me? Why you coming to me? You coming to me off the memories we was before, but you don't turn up no more. So I'm not about to turn up with you in church. I can find a new person and create new memories. That's what I mean about keep the main thing the main thing. Number 3, don't teach your skill set for free. Wrap this thing up. Don't teach your skill set for free. I used to be talking to people behind the scenes, letting them know how I do certain things for the free, right? I didn't benefit on them elevating, right? I'm all for people doing their thing, and especially if I'm the catalyst and I'm the reason for that. But I'm saying though, at some point, the person that's using your info, the person that you're helping, they're gonna do better than you because what you got, how you got the info, it took you a minute. So you're allowing them to skip the line. The better thing is if you go into any in-depth knowledge or and share resources or skills with somebody, y'all gotta form a company together. You got to make it so if they use that information that you giving them, that you're connected with them. Because one thing people don't do when spinning the block, they don't spin the block to pay your ass. They'll spin the block to have sex with you, right? They'll spin the block for everything. They will not spin the block and be like, this is who I got the game from. Boop, here go a check for you. They won't spin the block and be like, yo, I feel like I owe you this. If that's the case, I'd be millions up right now. You know how much game I gave away over the years? Nobody spinning a block on me like, yo, my nigga, I just want to give you that. No. People take the shit and they run, which is cool. But I'm saying, when you let somebody get close to you and you allow them to get your info and you allow them to see behind the scenes or how things work, they're going to elevate because it's like skipping the line because they didn't have to go through what you had to go through to get the game. They're elevating. They're going to move forward, right? Create a LLC with them. Create an LLC, right? So as you're gaming them up, that's fine. Y'all got the same company, right? So all the things that they're doing in the company. Their books, their podcasts, their shirts, barrettes, cups, cool. Have this person do it aligned with you. Cause you ain't about to get nothing. And people are gonna think that what they're looking at, that's all them. They're not gonna no one's ever gonna know that game came from you. Right? So don't teach your skill set for free. Right now, the flip side of that is I would teach my skill set to children for free, right? Because them becoming productive adults, them having a glow up, for me, that's more than money can buy, right? Having the youth grow, right? It like in terms of people spinning the block, you rather have the kids spin the block older than trying to work with older people and them spinning the block. See, the youth ain't gonna forget. These old people forget. These little girls and these boys that you help, they ain't never gonna forget that. Right? When they're getting awards and they're doing things, they're gonna say your name. They're gonna talk about how they got here. And many of them do reach back. You got a better chance of working with the youth and teaching them the skill set and benefiting later than you do these adults. Right? Ooh, it's a tough one. Number two, clients, fans, colleagues. You gotta know the difference. I didn't know the difference at first. Clients, fans, and colleagues. Okay. A client is somebody you provide a service to. A fan is somebody you provide products to. And a colleague is the people that you work with in a professional environment or your peers in the things that you do, right? Clients, fans, colleagues. You have to know the difference because if you don't, you will put yourself in some bad situations. Let me talk to you about fans. A fan of you get a if you're a person that's on the stage, when people are a fan of you, they give you a level of control. And I just was talking about the control not too long ago. They give you a level of control, and that control is very empowering. You have an influence over their life. If you tell them to wear this kind of shirt, they'll wear that kind of shirt. If you tell them to wear these kind of pants, they'll wear that kind of pants. If you tell them to break up with their girlfriend, they'll do it. If you tell them to get a divorce from their husband, they will do it. Fans. Fans buy your product. fans fans is ill, right? Don't make the mistake of sleeping with a fan. You hear me? See, a fan, I have you thinking that this is the love of your life. A fan will also ruin your life, right? Never, never, never blur the lines with a fan. If they got you on Mount Olympus, right? Stay there. Don't tell the fan, oh man, I'm just like y'all. Don't do that. Don't do that, right? The fan must look at you from, Jay-Z said, you got to admire me from 4 fiends away. So how the fans see you, don't do that. So look, what what makes a star is the distance, right? It's the distance. You make you can make the mistake of showing a fan your humanity, but that's not what they want to see. They want to see you in a costume. They want to see you with the makeup. The fan wants to see you a certain kind of way. And when you try to humanize yourself, the fan will turn on you. The fan is operating in belief. They believe that you're that thing on the stage. You're not a human to a fan, right? They'll buy your products, they'll wear the t-shirt, they'll do everything, get tattoos, everything, right? Leave it like that. Don't become regular. Don't let a fan see you behind the scenes. Because once they see you behind the scenes, they ain't going to pay no more. Once they see that you're exactly like them, it's over, right? They're operating on belief. You know what I mean? So when they see their favorite person in real time, they scream, oh my God, they lose their mind. They're not screaming for the human. If they find out this person burps and use the bathroom, they're going to be like, oh, right? Why do you think when a star's walking around, the fan has their phone out? See, a colleague wouldn't do that. A fan is going to have their phones out, right? Because that person is not real, right? Clients, fans, colleagues, right? A lot of important people, powerful people get themselves in trouble from blurring the lines with a fan, okay? Then you have clients. Clients are people that you provide service to, okay? A client can be start out as a fan, but they are more of a financial supporter, right? Clients financially support you more than a fan does. A client a client walks with you forever. See, you can upset a fan by doing you can upset a fan by just collabing with the wrong person, right? You can upset a fan by uh, making a bad album. But a client kind of give you space. But a client is a person that you provide services to. You know what I'm saying? So if you did the such and such retreat, your clients might pay top dollar to be a part of that, right? So the clients give you a little more space. You know what I'm saying? And then you got your colleagues. Your colleagues are the people that you work with. Your colleagues are people that, you know, they can be fans of your work, of your work. They think you're great, but they do the same thing too, right? You have to know the difference of who's who because you might be talking to a fan like they're a colleague, right? And the fan is confused because You might start crying, and the fan is like, "What the hell?" But see, the colleague knows the work because they do it too, right? And you might be talking to a client, and a client will be like, "Hey, this is not professional of you." See, a fan wouldn't expect you to be professional because they want a piece of you anyway, right? Fans, clients, and colleagues. Who's spinning the block on you? Is that a fan? Is that a colleague? Is that a client? What were they? And did you blur the lines? Did you do something with a fan of that somebody that's a fan of you that you never was supposed to do? Right? Did you cross the boundaries of your clients? Right? And did you treat your colleagues like your fans? Do you know the difference? If you don't, you better, right? And when these people are spinning the block, you better put them somewhere. Who is this? If they're a fan and they're spinning the block, the only thing you have to talk to them about is the new album, is the new shirt, is the new episode, right? If they're a client spinning the block, the only thing you have to talk to them about is the new service that you're going to provide, right? If they're a colleague, the only thing you have to talk about is work, right? Never make none of those things intimate, right? I know humans are going to human, right? Humans are going to human. If you be intimate with any of them, and you shouldn't, but humans are going to human, make it your colleagues, right? Your colleagues have stuff to lose. Your colleagues probably don't want to be public, right? Your colleagues probably have a name that they don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Don't ever date a fan. Don't mess up the money from your clients, right? Your colleagues, things could go wrong, yes, but they have things to lose as well. So they'll probably prefer discreet relationships. Why am I saying this? Because humans are going to human. Ideally, don't mess with none of them, right? But humans are going to human. So if you do, make sure it's a colleague. That's platinum game right there. And the last one, to empower yourself in relationships with people, send your representative. Guard your humanity. This kind of goes back to what I was saying about a fan, right? If this is if this is not going anywhere for real, keep everything business and send your representative. You know how your LLC, your S corp, and all that is not dealing with an actual person. That's how you should be in the world. Send your representatives. People don't have to get to know you. They don't have to know who you are for real. They can know you by a symbol. They can know you by a label. They don't have to know who you are. Don't let people get close to you because it's not most likely going to work anyway. So send your representative, right? And your representative is whoever they think you are. They don't have to get to know the real you, right? You know, people be like, oh, yeah, I'm just doing a day in the life. People want to have some type of human connection. And if you know how to market, you can do that, but keep a distance. Send your representative, right? Who you see right here, this is my rep, right? My days of people behind the veil, that's over. This is a rep. So if you want to talk to me, you got to book a session. There is no other way to talk. There's nothing to talk about. Book me in your city, right? Let's do some business. Other than that, you get my rep. You know what I'm saying? You get who I am on the stage, right? That's it. I'm gonna send my representative. The only way to hear my voice outside of this is if I'm uploading some content or something, or you book a session, right? But even when you book a session, you are a client, right? I'm not gonna turn you into a personal person, right? Mm-mm, not happening, right? And right, unless you, if you are a person that I'm going to do business with, that's what you'll come to, right? And you'll talk about that, right? That's how you have to do it, man. When you in the game, when you're doing all this, and this is all about not spinning the block, and ain't nobody going to spin the block on you, right? And what I did was, those were boundaries. Fans, clients, colleagues, those are boundaries right there. Even if you don't do this, you could work at the post office. It doesn't matter. Everybody got fans, and everybody got a client, and everybody got colleagues. It might look different, but you have to do it what it is. You have to um, put the pieces together exactly like that, or you're going to have relationships that are going off the rails. You're going to have relationships that are not working for you. You're going to have people spinning a block on you because they think they can. You're going to have a lot of your things upside down. So the way that that does not happen, is this a fan? Okay, I got something for you to buy. Is this a colleague? Okay, join my membership group, join my private group, join my email list, right? Right? I have a service for you. Um I'm doing a retreat. Now, someone say, can colleagues become personal friends? Possible. Can can a client elevate themselves? Everybody has to decide what's worth their while, right? Things can bend, but you have to decide what's worth your while. What's it worth to you for you to talk to a client on another level? What's it worth to you? Considering everything I said, considering that you can hold a L, what would have to be the upside for you to elevate a client into your personal space? What would they have to do, right? For me to elevate at where I'm at right now, for me to have to, for me to elevate a client, that means this individual, him or her, has so much value. And I believe I have discernment now where I'm like, this could possibly be something. But you got to have some discernment out of this world. You can't elevate a fan though. A fan is a fan, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? You cannot, read my lips. You cannot elevate a fan, right? Guy or girl. You need more fans than anything. The fans is the most things you need, right? And then it goes up the pyramid. Fans, clients, colleagues, right? Ideally, you keep everything separate, right? Ideally. But you have to have discernment. You have to be healed. You have to be a person that is not lacking anything. You have to have an abundance mindset to be able to see something with a colleague or a fan to for not a fan, excuse me, a colleague or a client for to know on a personal level. Like a good example of that is Maya Moore. Maya Moore was a WNBA star. She was crazy hooper, legend. I think she was doing a criminal justice case, and she wound up picking up a case of a dude that was locked up. I don't know the details fully of the case, but she wound up marrying that dude, right? So he was a client of hers, right? And she wound up marrying him, right? She wound up marrying him, but he was a client. Maya Moore took a lot of hits for that. She's this WNBA girl, played at UConn. What was she doing marrying a convict? Right? So she got him out of jail. I don't know if it was trumped up charges. I don't know. She wound up marrying her client, though. They have a kid, if I'm not mistaken. right? She put her reputation on the line for this. So that means that she seen something in him that superseded any negative thing that may happen. And she really took a shot with that. So that's an instance of somebody getting more involved with a client. Maya Moore, look into that too, because she did. So no spinning the block. You don't spin the block on anybody, and don't let nobody spin the block on you, right? Them days is over. You know what I'm saying? Um, if I can help you with your mindset on not spinning the block, if I can help you uh, have an abundance mindset, if I can help you with your perspective so you don't take some of those L's and you can begin to vet relationships better, yo, go ahead, scan this, put yourself on my calendar. If you want more information on fans, clients, and colleagues and how to go about that from a strategic perspective, go ahead and scan this, right? If you have a pain body and some of the things that I said, you find yourself in that season, go ahead and scan that, put yourself on my calendar. And remember, warfare is not done here, right? Real war is not throwing up your dukes, right? And right now, all this talk about civil war, that's not true war, right? Real war is done from mind to mind, my mind versus your mind, and let the best thoughts win, right? If you're fighting here, then you're losing here. So much respect to you, even if you wish me the opposite. Sooner or later, we'll all see